Hi, I'm Christy Barb, and we're going to talk about vowels, specifically how different they look and how they sound. That's because there are only 6 vowel letters, but 14 different vowel sounds. So how do you know what a vowel should sound like based on its spelling? Well, there are some rules, but they aren't really rules that work 100% of the time. They are guidelines maybe that work a lot. And it's the only way we can help kids get started learning how to read English because they need some help figuring out all these different letter combinations. So maybe it would help you too. So the term long vowel and short vowel is usually used for kids learning how to read in American schools, but not a lot of people learning English as a second language outside of the U.S. learn those terms, and that's totally fine. The same long and short categories can also be called tense and lax, and the long and short doesn't necessarily mean the duration. So tense is for long vowels because they have that more tongue tension, and there are usually 2 parts, a diphthong that has movement. And the short vowel category is the lax or relaxed category because the tongue is less tense. One good way to hear this and feel this is the difference between eat and it. And if you move back and forth between eat it, like you're being very bossy, eat it. Eat it. Eat is very high, the highest position your tongue ever is for a vowel, and it's very tense. Eat. And then it comes down, not the middle, but between the tip and the middle. This spot right here. Eat it. Eat it. You can also feel the tension under your chin. Eat. You should feel pressing. Your jaw presses down. Your chin presses down. And it's a little more relaxed, so it goes back up. So, how do you know which ones? Long vowels say their name, and if you're looking for the name of the letter. So if I asked you, what is this letter? You would say A, and that's the sound it makes. It's actually 2 positions. A. You start with kind of flat and your jaw rather in the middle. A, and then it rises. This is the letter E, and it sounds like E, as in eat. Can also be spelled with a Y, happy. The letter I, the long vowel sound for I is I, has 2 parts, open, I, and rises. Can also be spelled with a Y. O, Coke. You can have 2 choices. You can, both, it doesn't matter. They're just dialectal differences, but you can start with your lips rounded, O, or not rounded, O. That's it. The letter U, we say U with our tongue in the Y position coming down. U, like you. But the sound that it makes is just oo. And then the short vowel group, which is the relaxed vowel group, is the letter A doesn't sound like its name A. It sounds like ah, cat. And you have to open the jaw a lot. Ah, and keep the lips back. E is eh. The letter E sounds like eh in the short vowel sound, bed. The letter I, short vowel sound, I, as in his, can also be spelled with a Y, Jim. The letter O for short vowel sound is ah, hot. This I put all 3 varieties of ah here, and it doesn't matter, they're just dialectal differences, whichever one you prefer. The short vowel sound for U is as the same as the schwa, And then there's vowels that don't fit into either of those groups, so what do we do with them? We just put them together and call this a third vowel sound. There's these letters that, or sounds that just fit here. Stressed symbol and unstressed symbol, but the same sound, Ow, like how. Oi, in boy. And the as in good, put, and could. I put these here to show different spellings. So, long vowel sound. How do you know when to use it? The silent E rule. If it ends with an E and you don't hear the E in the word, the reason he's there is to say, don't look at me, look at my friend, 1 consonant over and say his name, like cake, use, vote. If there's two vowels together, two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, and he says his name. The second vowel doesn't get to talk. Meat, boat, plane, main. If there's a single syllable word that ends with a vowel, it's going to be the long vowel sound. Me, go, I. If it's in a stressed, if it's a stressed vowel followed by only one consonant, then the first vowel is long. Paper, sofa, hoping, almost said hopping, rider. And that's it. Short vowel sounds won't sound like the name of the letter. They have a related sound, and there's only one rule. If it's followed by a consonant or two consonants, then it's going to be the short vowel sound. Hat, bed, it, on, up. Happy, messy, itchy, off, under. And then I made this chart for spelling rules. It's showing here's the letters of what it looks like, and the Y can sound like either an E or an I. And the silent E rule, two vowels go walking, if it's a single syllable word that ends with a vowel, or if it's a syllable in a longer word that ends in a vowel, dividing them in half, favor, meter. And then the Y sound has two sounds. Remember, it can be an E at the end of a word, or it can be an I if it's in the stressed syllable of a word. The short vowel sounds, if there's one consonant, if it ends with a consonant, at. If there's two consonants after the vowel in a longer, two or more syllable word. And then poor little third vowel sound, little by itself, put, would, could. That's it. So these rules are never 100% for the long, short, tense, lax. And there are so many more spellings that are possible with just those sounds. So the letter A can look like this, and it can sound like a, cake, a, cat, many, fall, about. The letter E can sound like E in me, in pet, enemy. The letter I can sound like I, kind, sit, president. The letter O can sound like O, no, hot, women, bottom. The letter U can sound like oo, true, bug, support. This is in the stressed syllable. It's a single syllable word, bug. This is in the unstressed syllable, support. Put, busy. The letter Y can sound like I. Oh, that's wrong. City. Oh, yes, that's right. Y at the end of the word, city. I, my, Jim, you. It is confusing. Even I got confused looking right at it at the very end. There are even more spelling possible for these sounds, but these are the most common spellings for these letters. What it looks like, what it sounds like, and an example of a word using that. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.